Hello everyone, we're now live with Germ and we're going to be discussing the predictions we have for our Xbox Contenders. So first up, let's discuss Orchards. So Orchards, they were founded over a month ago, known to the league, and they already had full members. And their SR is gold to plat. So what do you think about them? How do you think they'll do?
Well, since they already have full members, they're already there. And looking through the other ones, they have the highest rank out of any other team.
Yeah.
So I have high expectations for them.
Yeah. Now, I'm just getting the fixtures up now, and their first game is against... That's the wrong fixtures. And their first game is against Twisted, I believe. Mm-hmm. And now Twisted, they're an interesting team. They did come with quite a lot of members, but they seem to have lost quite a lot of them.
I would expect if they had the original full team, then they would have a lot of coordination because they all know each other. But since it kind of disbanded and they only have 3 now, if they just get like random people in, their team coordination is going to be off a bit.
Yeah, definitely. But having said that, nothing's impossible.
Mm-hmm. It's true.
Another one of their games that's coming up right after what the hell? The next game after that will be up against Petty Powers, or now known as Hazardous Materials, that's also just suffered some major losses. Now we've got Widow OTP, the new captain, because the other captain left, who said our tank line was handpicked because of their experience on certain roles. We can run dive, double shield, brawl, and bunker, and a host of other different comps. But their tanks have recently come in, and with 2 weeks until the tournament starts, that could be a bit too soon. But what do you think on that?
I think since they've already, they already know how to play almost every comp, it should be okay. Might be a bit rough though. We'll just have to see.
Yeah. And all the captains left except the co-captain. Mm-hmm. So like Lucas Exius, who we actually saw in the 1v1 tournament earlier this year, he's left the team, and so was Z, the runner-up in that tournament. And now all we have left is Unico.
Is there a reason for them leaving, or just randomly?
Well, Lucas Exius, his Xbox broke, and him and Z just both felt that they weren't really bringing anything to the team, and they just felt as though they were dragging the team down.
So it's just a self-confidence problem.
Yeah, and confidence is quite key to play in a league and to win games as well. You just need to have that belief.
Yeah, you got to go into it with the right mindset.
Yeah. However, Hazardous Material, the rest of them, they have been really active and enthusiastic about the league starting. And I'd say they've been the most active, and I think that enthusiasm, it will get them quite far. But do you think they'll get promoted?
I mean, hopefully, since they have this enthusiasm, they definitely don't want to lose.
Yeah.
Definitely looking to win.
Now, their SR was bronze to plat, but I think now they've got rid of some of the players, and some of the players have left, that SR has increased to silver to plat.
Yeah.
So
that's some of the lower ones, but
yeah. But luckily, this is a lower league, so they're all sort of similar. But yeah, I think they'll do okay. Now, the team that interests me the most is the Alicats, which SR silver to gold, and they haven't been full all the way through, and they're still needing 2 more players, including a main tank.
Oof, that's rough.
So it's fine. So with that main tank loss, how do you think that'll affect them?
That's going to be really hard in the crucial fights where you need to, or where you need your main tank to push in and create all that space.
And they won't have trained much with that main tank when ideally you want to know your main tank strategies and how they like to push in.
Because half the time it's that main tank that's initiating the fights and pushing forward.
Yeah. And without that practice with the main tank, I think the Alicats could be struggling for promotion this season. But I think that compared to some of the teams, such as Twisted, I think they're looking okay.
Oh, yeah. We'll just have to see.
However, one good thing about Twisted is that when they're signing players, if they'd just be handpicking any players that the Open League's offered them, then they'd be in a bad situation. But they've actually been saying no to some of the players. They're wanting a decent skill level and someone that's actually decent at the game.
That's odd.
Yeah. So at least they've got that sense. So
yeah.
If they get that skill level, then Twisted could be in with a shout of promotion.
Yeah, there's a chance for it.
I believe it not, Twisted was almost placed in the wrong division last season. They were almost placed in the higher division with top 500 players and Grandmasters. But luckily, with the cancellation of that season, we realised the problem and we managed to move them down. So I bet they're really thankful for that. Now, another team that's been a bit on-off recently, and we've only recently been able to get in contact with them, is the Grove. Now, Grove, when they joined, they had a full team. But eventually they started leaving one by one. And then the captain left as well. So one tank that was in just invited their friends into the team to fill it. And they're now ready to start the tournament, and their SR is silver to gold.
That's going to be kind of tough for them because they're not going to have any of that coordination that the original team had practiced.
Yeah.
Since they just now threw together this team, they have no scrim experience.
Yeah. It's just like playing with your mates and competitive. Just everyone for the sevens.
I guess that's better than playing with just random people you find.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Playing with people you actually know and you can connect with. So that might be a bit better.
Definitely. Now, I'm just going to go through all the fixtures, and now we've discussed all the teams individually, I'm going to go through all the fixtures, and I'd like you to just tell me who you think would have the most chance of winning in them and who you think will be winning. So, firstly, we've got Grub versus the Alicats, Sunday, 28th of March.
Okay. It's kind of tough because they both... Alicats haven't had a full team of 6, or they haven't practiced.
No.
And Grove just threw together a team.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to have to say that Grub, maybe. I'm going to put my money on that.
Yeah, I was going to say Grove because even though they're not a full professional team, they're still a full team that's kind of used to playing with each other as friends.
Mm-hmm.
And
They
I
still have that
think
tiny bit of coordination.
yeah, they'll have some coordination. I think they'll be playing more for the fun factor as well. Playing with people they already knew.
Not taking it as seriously, just trying to get the most fun out of it.
Yeah, and that's what it's all about. Now, the next one, we have hazardous materials versus orchids.
Ooh. Okay. Well, hazardous material seems like they have the most, like, all-around, what is it? Their team is completely fine with each other, and they have fun.
Yeah.
Because no toxicity, they've been the most enthusiastic.
Yeah, definitely. And now they're improving their squad as well. They've got a few more plats into their team.
And orchids. Sorry, that's how I spent American accents. Let's see. I mean, they've trained for a while, but they didn't take a break from Discord and talking, so that might have put a hole in there.
Yeah, it could. Yeah.
Their team. So I'm gonna say hazardous material since they did get rid of those few bronze players, and they bumped up the silvers and the new plats, as you'd said.
Yeah, I think that's a very close game, and it's really hard to pick one out of them two because they're both really good sides. One's got that experience, and the other's got that higher team and really good enthusiasm and no toxicity at all. However, on the toxicity sides of things, we can't really speak for orchids due to that break from Discord. But
yeah,
when they have been playing, they have seemed okay. And the captain, Snowball, I think he left Grove.
He left Grove for orchids, you said?
Yeah, he definitely left one of the teams. Definitely left one of the teams and created orchids. And it was down to toxicity that they left. So I think that's a signing of no toxicity because it was toxicity the reason that he left. And I'm going to stop saying toxicity now because it's annoying me.
It's an odd word.
It really is. Right. Petty Powers plays twice that week, and the game after that is against Twisted.
Who'd you say was going against Twisted? I cut off for a second.
Petty Powers against... Oh, sorry, I've said Petty Powers. It's cost of changed the name recently. Hazardous Materials against Twisted.
That threw me off. I just thought I couldn't read.
Yeah, sorry.
Okay. You're right. Let's see. I'm gonna have to go with hazardous material again because I still have that teamwork.
Yep, same. I don't mean to be offensive to Twisted here because I do really like their side. It's just hazardous material. They have that. What's the word? They've just got that more experience with playing each other and more coordination with each other.
Mm-hmm. They used to play with each other's play styles. They know how everyone's going to play, what they play.
Yeah.
And then Twisted's lost so many people. It's just kind of hard to.
Yeah, yeah. And the new captain, he's extremely passionate about the team and the league of Petty Powers. And I think once again, Twisted's put at that disadvantage of the team leaving.
You said you said the other name again.
Yeah, Twisted. I think they're just a huge disadvantage of the team leaving.
Mm-hmm. I am looking forward to see how the captain is going to put that back together, though, since he has been enthusiastic. Excited.
I do. Hopefully, we won't have to push games back a week for it. I don't think we will because the Open League is doing everything possible to regain the players they've lost. So, yeah, fingers crossed. We'll be starting on the 28th of March, and Twisted will be ready for it. Now, week 2, the week on April, our first game is Orchids versus Twisted.
Ooh. I'm just gonna right off the bat have to say Orchids.
Yeah, Orchids they had that full team from the beginning. They've got probably the most coordination in the entire league. And
I hate to be down on Twisted, but you know, just everything that's going on.
It's just that disadvantage, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Can't be helped.
Although, maybe that might be the underdogs. They might win this.
They could. We could be saying all this about them. They could have every chance to win. All the teams does. Now, I've just got another message from Widow OTP. More information about hazardous materials, saying that every single player has been personally checked out by me, the captain. Their personality, that is. Playstyles can be adjusted. Attitudes are much, much harder to adjust. Calm, cool, and collected. That's who hazardous material is.
I like that.
Yeah, really strong.
I like that little note.
Really kind and powerful words there.
Mm-hmm.
That's really what a team should be. So after that, speaking of hazardous materials, it's hazardous materials against the Alicats.
I'm gonna have to say hazardous material then, because Alicats haven't had any practice. It's full team of 6, so coordination there is gonna be rough. While hazardous material, as you said, I mean, no toxicity. They're super enthusiastic. They're all happy to play with each other.
Yeah, and however, the Alicats, they're like the most chill team. That they'll just play, and I think no matter what the result is, they'll still be quite proud of that result. They'll be quite proud of just playing within the league.
Mm-hmm.
And I think their attitude towards the games is that no matter what the result is, we've gone out there and we've done as best.
Yeah, we'll just see.
Yeah, hopefully. With all these games, we're saying hazardous materials will win. Hopefully, one team proves us wrong against them. Who knows? Petty Powers might do. I mean, hazardous materials might do the worst.
Mm-hmm.
Just never know. And we've never seen these teams play against each other before, because after all, this is the first season. We're purely going on the information that we've managed to get.
Yeah, it's all new for this, man.
Yeah,
it'll be rough. I've just been told by one of my friends. He DM'd me. He said I sound dead.
Now
I did wake up like 10 minutes ago, but damn.
Now I've just got some messages from the chat in the Instagram saying who we're speaking to. Now we are speaking from Germ, a manager from a streamer called 8 Borough, and I'm not. I think you've got your own YouTube as well, haven't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Would you like?
Much, really.
Would you like to tell them what it is so they can check out some of your videos?
Hold on. Well, let me get a link for it. I kind of feel bad for like self-promotion, but let's see.
Message to the Alicats here for Overwatch. Go onto Xbox groups on FB because there are a lot of tanks looking for teams there. Wow, thank you for that information. Sleepy, the SR range of Twisted is silver to gold. Let me just double check that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just linked. My Discord just died? Oh, no.
And there's the link for Germ's YouTube channel there.
I don't know if Instagram's going to allow links, but like if you can copy it or whatnot, but hopefully.
So our final game on the second week is Orchards again against Grove.
That's I don't have I'm not quite sure on that because they're both actually not just from reading this back. Orchards are fully ready to compete for the Contenders, but Grove just the friends too. I don't know if that's gonna be close because they're both like ready to play, except for Grove having no scrim experience.
Mm-hmm. I know this is an interview with you, but I think Orchards have a really good chance of winning this.
Figures. Maybe. Yeah, I would have to say that too. They do have an upper hand because they've all trained with each other. It's just that they took that one break, and then the Grove just now like put together this team of friends.
Yeah, I think it could be one of the closest games of the season, quite possibly, because they're both like evenly matched teams. And I'm just going to go back and check on the SR. Yeah, the Grove is silver to gold, and Orchards is gold to plat. So even though Orchards has the higher SR, it still could be really close.
Yeah. Rank doesn't always matter. I've lost to silvers before, and I'm diamond, and that was a sad day.
Yeah, because
Not fun.
when you're in a higher rank, you don't know what to expect from the lower ranks.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I always say to my team. But anyway, this isn't about me, it's about the teams, and I think it's just going to be an evenly matched game.
Yeah.
Right, on to week 3 then. Hold up, we've got some questions in the chat. We've got, why did the old team leave Twisted? Well, we aren't really sure about that information, but the captain just said that his team's left, really. He never really gave us any information about that. The link will be posted on the YouTube video of this. So if you just keep an eye on our YouTube channel, we'll post a link to Germ's YouTube there. And that's it in the chat currently. Besides some discussion of who they think will win. Now, week 3, we have Hazardous Materials versus the Grove.
Ooh. Okay, well, I'm going to have to go with Hazardous Material then.
Yeah.
Just for that coordination.
I feel bad saying Hazardous Materials all the way, but it's just overall, they're the team that seem the best on paper.
Yeah, it's hard to go with the teams that with the Grove they're going against, because Hazardous Material just has that coordination. They know how to play together and they've practiced.
Yeah. And even though they have suffered loss of players, they haven't suffered as many player losses as the Grove have.
Yeah, they haven't lost all except for one.
Yeah.
Rough.
However, luckily, Grove has managed to get them players back, so I'm glad for them for that.
Yeah.
Now, the game after that, the day after that as well, it's the Alicats versus Orchards.
Ooh. Okay. I'm going to have to say Orchards then.
Yeah.
Because Alicats haven't had any practices full team of 6. And Orchards, they've trained with each other for a while, even though just from that small break from Discord.
Yeah. And
their ranks are hard to play.
A break from Discord, the only thing that means is that they don't get as many MOTM points, which MOTM points, they're like the mini points that you get from games. So if both teams won the same amount of points, it'd come down to the MOTM points of who would be above who. So, like, Petty Powers, one of their players, Z, that's now left, he won 2 MOTM points from the 1v1 tournament. So, currently, as it stands, Petty Powers are top of the table.
The points then.
I apologise to everyone for me saying Petty Powers. It is Hazardous Materials, but they changed the name like 2 years ago. Right, game after that, Grub versus Twisted.
Ooh. Grub versus Twisted. Okay, well, I'm going to have to go with Grove then, even though they don't have a lot of scrim experience. And, you know, it's just a group of, like, a bunch of friends. Twisted, they have the least amount of experience and teamwork. Even though their ranks are higher, they're not going to have coordination at all.
Yeah, which is unfortunate. However, the next season I do think they'll do better. So yeah, Grove on that one. Now the final game is going to be really close. They're very similar teams. Twisted versus the Alicats.
Twisted versus Alicats. Yeah, that's. I think that's going to be kind of close because both of them haven't had any coordination. Again, Alicats haven't had any practice, a full team of 6, and Twisted has the least amount of experience in teamwork.
Yeah.
Although with the Twisted having that plat and the Alicats going from silver to gold, Twisted might have an upper hand.
I must admit, I was leaning towards Twisted on this game. And I hope they do win it. I hope they do win it because we've been a bit harsh towards Twisted in these predictions. Probably the same with Alicats and Grove. In fact, we've probably been harsh to everyone except Hazardous Materials, but this is just our thoughts. So going with Twisted for that game then? Well, Twisted it is then for that. So overall, we've got Hazardous Materials to win the main league. However, in Contenders, we also have our winners playoff. So the champion of that plays the loser from the losers playoffs of Division 1. So who do you think's got the most chance of making it to that final playoff stage?
Let's see. I'm gonna have to say Hazardous Material.
It can't be Hazardous Material. They've already been promoted.
Oh, sorry. I've brained out. Aside from that.
Sorry for the bad language there. We'll bleep that out on the YouTube video.
Sorry. Sorry.
Yeah, you're fine. You're fine.
Then besides from Hazardous Material, Orchard, Alicats Group, Twisted, probably Orchards then. Orchards.
Well, they have been the higher tier out of the other teams, just not against Hazardous Materials. So yeah, that's it. We've got Hazardous Materials and Orchards to do the best out of all these. I thank you, Germ, for joining us today. We apologise that our other attendant didn't join, but that's just unlucky. But thank you so much, Germ, for telling us your thoughts today. And if you want to have a look at Germ's YouTube channel, we'll put a link into the YouTube description. So make sure to check the description down below to check out Germ's YouTube channel.
Thank you.
So, goodbye, everyone. That's it from us two today. And make sure to tune in with us on the 27th of March next weekend, 2 weeks' time, when we start our Contenders division. It'll be really fun, and the first game is Grub versus the Alicats, so don't miss it. Bye, everyone.